Hey Tanglers, thanks for joining me live. We've already got Nerone in the chat and King555 in the chat. Now, I have underneath my camera on my stream here, I've got a black section. Looks empty. It's supposed to be all the messages from YouTube chat. Now let's see if something shows up. I just said welcome to the chat in the chat. There we go. So we are live. Now we are also live on another machine just to my left here. I am doing a live stream on fiatleak.com. And Seattle John is watching that. I see Time Fungus in there. Time Fungus says, hey, thanks for giving my my CPU a break. I can watch Fiat League without actually going to the site. Seattle John says, now we just need Fangs to do his live stream. I agree. Now, he started out, Fangs started out, I think he got some equipment. He got some DJ equipment specifically for live streams. He did it a couple times. And, you know, apparently you guys didn't give him the support that it deserved. So that went on pause. And it seems as if Seattle John is saying, bring it back. So what do we have to do to get at Danny to live stream a jam? That's what we want. We want another shot. I am looking at top earners. Sometimes I check in on top earners just to see how the economy's doing. Let me go to the bottom. So the bottom of the top earners is G/tournament, 331,000 Milix in 24 hours. Now G/tournament, that's the official group that runs the Tangle tournament. And in this case, Tangle Tournament 4. Which is going on right now. And in fact, I saw yesterday a post, maybe it was this morning. The second activity is underway right now. And I think it has 4 days before the deadline for that one. Maybe we'll see something about that too. Siggy254, Raymond R, Alicia1102,
Ooh la la.
Aerosol. Has Aerosol posted in a while? We all want to see Aerosol post another video. Sasha Mechi 23 Tangled. Now, when I saw this, I took a screenshot and I sent a note to our good friend at Crank and said, we gotta truncate. That's what it's called. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something called truncate. We're going to make the description shorter. Mohammed Arif Mahar, 362,000. Create account. Now, these are some names we recognize. Create account, Judge Enrique, GeoMC57. GeoMC57 posted something last night that @Sandra was going crazy over. It was a lantern celebration. And she said it was Indonesia, but we know that GeoMC5 was in Indonesia, but we don't know if that was in Indonesia or Thailand. Hattie Hats gets a shout out. Princesses. Sadiq. There's our good friend Bora Ergel. We haven't heard from him for a while. Well, we have in comments. What else do we have? @Adrian. Good to see him on the list. He is running the new Latin America group that I'm seeing in my What's New feed. And @Sandra is supporting and possibly contributing to. Wakarodo, 600, about 600 million. Okay, who's making $1 million? There's Danny, there's Octo. Mohammed Hanif. He is at the 1 million mark. Now here's KBilly156. He is a new user but he is making a big splash early on. His very first post was a video of himself creating kind of an activity. It's a crypto portfolio activity. He says that he is going to allocate savings. What he's gonna do is he's gonna lower his cost of living as much as he can, and take all the extra money that he can afford, and all throughout the year 2024, he is going to build up a crypto portfolio. So that is going to be a fun journey to watch. I've seen 3 videos from him so far, and he needs some subscribers. 9 subscribers so far in 2 days. Go subscribe to KBilly156. Support somebody who is making video content. And from watching the videos, he says that this is his first time making video content for social media. So let's give him some support. I've given him some good tips. Metal Pack 1.2 million. I saw a post. I was wondering where she was. I was wondering where Metal Pack was. Well, it turns out she was on vacation, sunning herself somewhere. Maybe there was a picture. Maybe it looked like a cruise ship. We got to find that out. There's our good friend Sajad Shah, and possibly his brother is watching the live stream. Tantelli running the AMA. Let's check in on that. Let's check in on the AMA because it is featuring Seattle John. And we got to see what kind of conversation we've got there. Just laugh, adult jokes.
Ooh la la.
You know, takes a little bit of everything. Rajni started an activity today. Aurelien, she did a video the other day. Maybe it was a My Day video. Hashtag My Day. Nadim Hussein, 2.2. Naron is in the chat, 2.2. Rob Many, 2.2. 18 plus memes.
Ooh la la.
I'm going to keep hitting that because there's a lot of 18 plus showing up here in the top earners. Take that as you will. Latinas, too.
Ooh la la.
There is Price Givens. Now, I don't know why I am on the top earners. King555 is in the chat. Ria Zali is at 14 million. Dabs313 also. And here we get to some big time. Now, I think, so we've got Todi Soa, Musin Ayab, and Time Fungus all at 20 million or above. And if I had to guess, I would say that is the result of Danny's hot activity that we looked at yesterday. So it looks like if just guessing, I'm saying that Time Fungus won the $50 million or 50 million Millix tip from @Danny. Maybe he's going to do that again. Now, Musin Ayab, he's changed his profile picture and he's really setting the tone here. This is a big departure from his profile picture of days gone by. He's also changed his profile name. You can do that with some decorations, as you can see on Musin Ayab and Todisoa 590. Now, I got a message from producer Danny. He is monitoring this live stream. He's monitoring it. And he said that there is a new post that he wants me to look at. If you're in the chat and you've got a post you want me to look at, just send it in the chat and I'll take a look. And hopefully YouTube doesn't block it because it's a URL. We'll see. Okay, what does Danny want us to look at? There's an alert. I gotta shut something down. There we go. I killed the live stream on Fiat Leak. That horrible noise was burrito's ready. That's what Danny says. Actually, the burrito in this case is the backup battery that everything here runs on. And apparently that was getting stressed out. Too much live streaming. Okay. Yes, Danny, the burrito's ready. Okay, G/bets. These are fun. December 4th. How far is that? It's about a week. Okay, will Bitcoin be above or below 38,000 on December 4th? Bets are for 1 million. Okay, I'm going to get in on this. Here's my entry fee. All right, so I am in. So now I can make my choice. Oh, and I'm the first one. I think it's always best to be the last one, but I'll get things going here. I am going to say that Bitcoin will be above 38,000 on Monday, December 4th. That's my bet. Now I won. The G/bets that just finished, I was one of the winners. I can't remember how much I won, but it was a lot. So it's a good bet to make. 50-50 bet. What does a burrito smell like? If you see a bright flash on the camera and then some smoke and then some of little parts hitting the floor, tell the world my story. This could be the final transmission. Okay? Get over to G/bets and take a shot at that. Dabs, do you have something you want me to look at? Let's go see what's new. Let's see if we've missed anything today so far. Ghana 9 months ago, and they're saying that they love New York City. I don't love New York City. I've been there twice and I do not love it. I love quiet neighborhoods. And Manhattan is not that. Let's see. Nick's Blackwood's got a small owl. There's G/bets right there. I'm going to promote this. There you go. Now 200 more people will see the opportunity to make a wager. Bet responsibly. What else do we have? Oh, thanks. There's Dabs313 doing a little shout out to my live stream here. Gonna give a tip to that one. Let's see here. UEFA Champions League Matchday 5 fixtures. I don't know what a lot of those words mean. This could be another G/bets post. Let's see, what do I recognize? I recognize the word Paris, Milan, Manchester City, and Barcelona. And Antwerp, Newcastle, Leipzig, and that's it. Where would you guys put your money on this? I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Let's bet it. Here's some content that could be in Turkish. Why Nissan's turbo V6 engines are too powerful. The GTR and the Z. You know my position on turbos. Turbos are for the weak. Here's at Adrian's group, Tangled Latam, which stands for Latin America. Buenos dias and good morning. Today we continue discovering South America in alphabetical order. Let's discover Uruguay. Now Uruguay is just south, I think it is just south of Brazil. And I lived in the southern part of Brazil, but I never went to Uruguay. But I have heard that the kids in Brazil go to party in Uruguay, and there's probably a good reason for that. Oh, SJHW is in the chat. He says he's going to do a treasure hunt this week, and he's asking should it be listed in G/treasure or under his own profile. You know what? I am going to send a message right now. Please transfer G/treasure to SJHW. There you go. There's the answer to your question. You ask a question, you get a group. Dr. Emmanuel Braden is in the chat. Now, if there's a guy that we all want to start doing live streams, it's that guy. It's Dr. Emmanuel Braden, MD. Okay, SJHW, you keep your eye out. I can. In fact, I'm gonna tell Crank to send you a message when it's done. Okay, so SJHW, who is a longtime badge-carrying treasure hunter, is at some moment soon he's going to be the caretaker of G/Treasure. Now, how many subscribers is that? Let's see. $81 subscribers. It's okay. It's okay. Make sure to notify all the subscribers, and hopefully that'll grow with some good new treasures. Now, you guys have to understand that designing treasure hunts takes time. It's not easy. You've got to, at least in my case, you've got to think of the treasure hunt step by step by step, then go and comment on older posts where the clues will be hidden. So you have to have it all planned out ahead of time without anyone noticing. That is the mission that @SJHW is willing to do for all of our enjoyment. Raul Florinclop says it's cold somewhere. Now, it is cold somewhere. I know that it's cold somewhere because I got alerts, text message alerts from my house in the mountains informing me that it was below 15 degrees Fahrenheit, freedom units. That's cold.
Ooh la la.
There's SJSW right there saying good morning. Buenos dias and good morning. This is more Uruguay from G/Tangled Latam, run by Adrian. Dab says he's got 98 subscribers on Tangled.com. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good start. I have 1,493. Now, I took a couple steps backwards. I was going backwards last week, and I thought maybe it was because I was posting too many times and tagging all the users on each post. So I'm going to have to experiment with that. I'll do that for you guys. Let's see, do we have any ads showing up here? I saw some ads earlier today. I'm not seeing any right now. Let me reload this page. Danny and I are going to set aside some time. We are still testing out these ads from the Tangled Ad Network showing up in Tangled.com. And I got a note from Ericsson yesterday that there had been, there's one right there. So www.tangledtrivia, what is the name of Iron Man's computer assistant? Its name is @SJHW. So Danny and I are going to start putting together ad campaigns using affiliate links with the intent of making money from the ads. And so I got a note from Ericsson yesterday that there had been 30,000 ad impressions on Tangled.com in the last 24 hours. Now the inventory of ads is about double that. So we could have twice as many page views and still have plenty of inventory to show an ad for every one of those page views. So once we get the page views up to the inventory, then Danny and I will start making some new ads with the intent of profit. And we will tell you how that goes. We'll tell you what works and what doesn't. And it'll be just a series of videos that we do that essentially train you guys to make profit using the Tangled Ad Network. We're gonna do that for you. Let's see what's hot. Who else is in the chat? Now, Danny is collecting the names in the chat. If you are watching this video and you haven't announced yourself in the chat, do that with your Tangled username. And Danny, if Danny sends me a list, then I'll set up a wheel spin at the end of this live stream. Here is Danny on the top of hot. And he is on the top of hot because of contribution. He did a video. There's Danny right there in the video. And he says, I need you to vote by commenting below who should win the 50 million Millix prize from the hot list. If he gets 20 votes within 2 hours, he's gonna respect the vote. So let's see here. On this day says, they're talking about an AI post, and on G/on this day says, well, Price didn't like it. Well, of course, it was AI of me. It was AI of me. Sounding like a total twat. SJHW said, give it to Time Fungus because his activity spreads the love like a fungus. I hate Yudi, said Time Fungus. Octo said Time Fungus. So this was democratic. This was democratic. We did see Time Fungus on the top of the top earners at 50 million. Okay. Now, Danny, I think Danny told me he's going to do this once a week. He's going to do it once a week. So keep your eye out for that and get hot. Okay. I just got a note, a communique, real time, high priority from Crank, that says SJHW should now see G/treasure in his list of groups. SJHW, check it out. Let us know. Treasure hunt's coming. King555 is in the chat. He's promoting his friend Elner Bayramov, 1983. He says if you subscribe to his friend and comment with done, he's going to give you 100,000 Millix. Well, that's really nice. That's a nice thing for King555 to do. 23 comments on that. Hattie Hat says he doesn't feel very good. And he lost his voice. He's feeling a little better. And he's going to make a video. And he says he's going to make some hashtag earn challenges. So that's cool. Now, what is this? King555, what is this? It says sorry. Sorry. He lost 2 million on tips. So he didn't get it back from Tangle. Maybe he's talking about the activity bonus. And so now I think he's holding off on bulk reacting to your content. Did I get that right, King555? Now, Rajni said something similar a couple days ago, and I let him know that these 10x activity bonuses, they can get backlogged. They can get put in a queue, and it takes a while for them to process. So we should check in with Rajni and see if that 7 million that he was missing came back to him. Let us know about that. Here's Riazali. Hashtag earn. He put a picture of 9 Tangle.com celebrities, And he says, take a screenshot of any of these 9 people, tag their name, and write the number of the picture. All participants get 200,000. He's got 8 so far. Now let's see if he hid the comments on this. He did. Okay, so let's participate. I am going to go with this guy right here, number 6, because I know who that is. And I guess you're probably going to see who that is too when I type this. Maybe you couldn't see that. Maybe it's too small for you to see. Here's Metal Pack. Back from the land of the sun and directly into the snow chaos. She's going through all the pictures and video material right now. So where did she go? Where did she go? G/Challenge. Congratulations to famous bridge winners. Oh, look at this. I'm hot. Let's see what the comments are in here. Okay, so here's what this post was. I got an email from a sales guy at NetJets, private jets. And usually it's pretty difficult to figure out or to have anyone tell you what the prices are to fly private jets. So I thought, well, I'll tell you what it is. Here's a screenshot. And Danny did some math on this. So we've got different types of planes, Phenom 300. These are going from small to larger. And there's a price to fly for 25 hours on each one of those planes. And then it tells you all the rules and all the terms. It's interesting. Now, I haven't done this for a while. I haven't done something like this since I moved to Miami. But they keep sending me emails, and you can see that they're dropping the prices. Things went real crazy in COVID. And you could see when I didn't want to get on a commercial plane and I had to go from Miami to the West Coast, this was the type of number I was looking at. And I decided that I could buy a really nice brand new RV for the same price as 2 round trips in a private jet. And that's what I did. And I used the RV for 2 years. So I basically got it for free. So I said, comment, is this more or less than you thought? And they're all going to say the same thing. Salfrodo, more. Danny says a one-way trip from Miami to New York City would cost $31,000. More expensive than I thought. Erickson says, that's expensive. I'd take a commercial flight and buy a house with a change. That's the type of decision that it feels like when you do something like this. GeoMC57 says he's going to stick with commercial. Too much. Jonathan Hernandez says more expensive than I thought. Time Fungus says it gives you some quality time. I can't think of a reason why business class upgrade on a public flight would bring less satisfaction or convenience than a private jet. He's put some thought into this. He says he trusts commercial flights more than private. And he says 25 hours of flight time is a pretty good number. Now, I'll react to that. First, I also think that commercial flights are safer. The plane's bigger. That's a big reason. All the components are bigger. It's more, commercial flights are probably more comfortable. Believe it or not. When you get on a private jet, like NetJets, for example, you probably won't be as impressed about the condition or the quality of the interior of the plane as you would think you should be for that kind of money. I mean, most of those jets on that have a price list, all but one of them, I wouldn't be able to stand up in without, cocking my head down to make room. Danny says he has spoken to private jet pilots and they say you're much safer on commercial. Yeah. And he says that the private jet pilots really get pushed, doing all-nighters, lack of sleep. They rush the checkup. There might be some of that. But about there's a big difference, though, between flying private, just from an experience standpoint and convenience. Flying private in business class, very, very different. How would I describe that? So when you have if you bought one of these NetJets cards, you'd get an app on your phone. You have a NetJets app on your phone, and they treat you as if you own the plane. And so you use the app to say to give 24-hour notice. Hey, me and 3 people are gonna go from this airport to that airport. That's it. You're done. You're booked. There's no full flights. There's no bad passenger next to you. There's no schedule conflicts. It's whenever you want. And the plane doesn't leave until you're sitting in the seat. The other big difference about it is if you're gonna fly from Miami to the West Coast business class, you've got to get to the airport 2 hours in advance. You're in a mob of people. You're going through security. You're taking off your shoes. You're undoing your backpack, and the restrictions of what can be in that backpack are tight. And then you might get delayed, and then you're just sitting with everybody else in a crowd of people in a public airport, and that could happen in the middle of the flight too. You can get delayed in the middle. And then you get off wherever you're going, and you've got to wait for the bags and all that stuff. So with when you fly private, depending on the airport, so you say I'm going to leave at 3 o'clock. You can get there at 3 o'clock. You can get there at 3:30, and that can make a big difference. Just kind of with the tone of relationships of other people that you're traveling with, you're not going to be late. Okay, so it takes late out of the equation. That's a big deal. Then your car pulls right up to the plane. And guys take the luggage out of the car, put it in the plane. You get into the plane, you sit down, and the pilots act like they're your employees. You go when you're ready to go. All the food that you want is sitting there. You take off, you land. There's another car waiting for you on the tarmac. So you could save 5 hours on a 3-hour flight by flying private, and it's something that you look forward to, and you arrive a lot less stressed out. So that's kind of what you're paying for, which is crazy. It's really expensive. All right, it could be the most expensive thing that you can do inside of the Earth's atmosphere. It's $100 a minute. That's what it is. Okay, so that is a look inside private flight. What is it? What's in the chat? Now Danny says this about private, but he has flown private. He flew with me private. We flew from Los Angeles to the house in the mountains, and we didn't leave until he arrived. He thought that the flight was the next day or the next week or something. And I'm almost at the plane, and I say, "What time are you going to get here?" He's like, "Oh crap, that's now," and no problem. We waited 20 minutes. He jumped on the plane. Off we went. Dab says you can smuggle commodities on private, no customs. That's kind of true. Yeah, there's no security. You don't have to go through security to get on your plane. Smuggling, I mean, maybe in the case of Dabs, he's bringing some recreational therapeutic medications. But you also get the sense when you fly commercial and you go through security, you might have a crypto hardware wallet in your backpack. You don't know how they're going to react to that. You know, there's rumors about how they're going to react to it, but that's one reason to skip commercial. What's in your backpack? SJHW is hot. 7 comments on A Merry Christmas by Mr. Lawrence. Name this film. That looks to me like it could be Will Smith wearing a white tank top, which could mean that it's Bad Boys? I don't know. So Sajjad Shah is doing a wheel spin to wrap up his hashtag my signature activity. Now, I purposely avoided this activity. And I was surprised at how many people signed a piece of paper, took a photo, and posted it. I was not one of those people. So here's a G/bets from the other day, and let's see who the winners are. Price, Nico Diego, Rob Meny, Riazali, Parache, Nadim Hussein, and K. Poolajay all won and split 18 million Milliks. So we each got 2.25 million Milliks. That was a 50-50 guess. Pretty good odds. There's Sajjad again. All right, does anybody have anything, any posts they want me to look at, anything in the chat? Let me grab the list of names that has been provided by producer Danny. So I've got Nerone, King555, SJHW, Jonathan Hernandez, Time Fungus, Emmanuel, Erickson, and Rajni. And SJHW says Cancer Roy. Is that Time Fungus? Well, I did see Time Fungus in there, so I'm going to add him. And I see Seattle John in there. He says, what did I miss? You didn't miss anything. Nothing at all. Well, here's what you missed. You missed me doing this sound effect.
Ooh la la.
Which is the exact same sound effect I did on your AMA. Let me go over there. Let me check the AMA. So I said we were going to do that. Dab says that the signatures are now for sale on the black market. I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't be. Seattle John says he just tuned in just in time to watch everything blow. Well, actually, the explosion, the potential explosion happened early on in the live stream when I had to shut down the Fiat League live stream that I was doing at the same time as this live stream because my CyberPower 1,500 kilowatt electrical backup system was overloaded. Too much live stream. Let's see. You guys got to get over to this Ask Me Anything. Hashtag AMA. That's how I got here. And I have already seen a lot of the conversations, so I'm scrolling down to what I haven't seen. But you guys want to make sure you get in here, read from the top, and send your question for @SeattleJohn. What is the best way to make yourself known on Tangled? Seattle John says, how many subscribers does he have? 785. Okay? Pay attention. The best way is to be authentic and engage genuinely with the community. Be yourself. Consistency. Regularly contribute meaningful content, whether it's posts, comments, or sharing your skills. Showcase your personality and interests. participate in activities and discussions, build connections. I mean, that's 100%. 100% right. There's 100,000 Milix tip for that. He's totally right. Now, that doesn't mean that anything that he said is easy. In my case, being consistent is that was an effort. That was an effort. It was conditioning, and it was from Crypto Bajaria. He challenged me to make a video every day, and I didn't want to, but I accepted the challenge. I did it, and halfway through it, then it was a habit. So then I was consistent. But then, the nerves from that wore off, probably after 20 or 30 videos. And then a few months ago, I decided, well, if I want to get excited about this again and feel nervous, I got a live stream. And that's what I started to do that. It's more because it's more difficult. And now, so I just saw Meet Kevin say something on YouTube. He has a lot of followers on YouTube. He's got almost 2 million. And he was showing behind the scenes analysis of his content and his earnings. And he said that he used to post 6 times a day, live or recorded. And that's when things were going well. And then he went down to 4 times, then 3 times, then 2 times. And he said that was a mistake. That was a fail. Posting 2 times a day, he lost a lot of the momentum. So when I saw that on Sunday, I think, I decided, well, I'm gonna do what he said. I'm gonna do at least 3 videos a day. So that's what I'm trying to push myself to now. We'll see how that goes. I Hate Judy says, I heard Seattle went to shit. Is that true? And Seattle John gives his perspective on that. Now, I grew up in Seattle. I moved from Seattle when I was 19. I suppose it's a lot different now than it was when I lived there. Favorite groups on Tangle? That was a question for me. He shouted out his favorite groups, and he told us what groups are his. Now, he really does good content. He puts a lot of effort into it. So that's a good list of groups to subscribe to and participate in. Let's see. So SJHW says, I met Seattle John in 2014 and started working together in 2015. And he says that Seattle John and his lovely wife, Simply Kinda, are the hardest working people he knows. And he mentions that Seattle John is an ordained minister and commissioned as a TSA officer. He says, Seattle John says he's contributed to 24,000 families and individuals. That's a big contribution. Does he like to travel? I'm going to check back on that one. I have a feeling he's going to say yes and he wants an RV. Okay? So that is Ask Me Anything. Now, who else can I put on the wheel? Did we get everybody? Dab says that's a lot of groups and a lot of Milix. Well, he has Seattle John. Of course, we don't know, but he could have a lot of Milix because he was running a node. He's probably been running a node for almost 2 years, and you've seen his rig. Okay, he built a rig that has all the lights. Looks like it has water cooling. It's awesome. And on the processor, the CPU of the rig, it has the Milix logo fabricated. It's insane. Okay, you got it. Maybe Seattle John, post some more content for it with your rig. All right, let's head over to the applications and hit the wheel spin. Okay, how many people do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 names. How many of you have done a Google search for Fibonacci sequence since I started using the Fibonacci sequence to determine the amount of prizes on the wheels? Anybody? Now, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7. Dabs in the chat says, Seattle John, post your rig. Do it. I just got a message from Crank that says, are you around in 5 minutes to go through the new version of Tangled? I said yes. So that's what's going to happen after I spin the wheel o' fun. King 555 hit 7 figures. That's $1 million. 2 commas. Dos commas. Dr. Emmanuel MD won $1 million yesterday and won another $1 million today. Dab says that everything in nature is based on the Fibonacci sequence. There is truth to that. The Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio, which I think is slightly different. Now, I've mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. The design of Fiat Leak, when Fiat Leak is on a big screen, like a 4K screen, and taking up the entire screen, it's aesthetically pleasing. There's 3 columns. There's a summary column, there's a column with price and trades, and then there's the map. There is some Fibonacci / golden ratio intention in the width of those columns, and it's partially why it's so pleasing. He deserves it. He actually deserves more than this. That's $2 million to Seattle John. Finally. Is it finally and again? Nerone, $3 million. Did he get some yesterday? He did. He got a wheel spin prize yesterday too. Good job, Nerone. He is often the very first person in the chat, and that gives a lot of confidence and support to the person doing the live stream. Rajni for a nickel. $5 million. Yeah, when you hit the button to go live, the last thing you want is 0 viewers. And Nerone always helps to ease that anxiety. Sometimes Sajad too. Time Fungus gets 8 million. Now, I don't think that these prizes show up in the calculation for the top earners. And that is occupied in the first slot at the moment by Time Fungus. 13 million. Who's going to get it? The prizes go up as the odds also go up. Oh boy. We're going to be hearing about this all day long. 13 million to Ericsson, who, by the way, is the developer that built this wheel spin. All right, let's start the conspiracy theories now. I am going to go catch up with Crank, see what he has to say about the new version, which I can access by clicking this little link that says Gale. And we're going to talk through this and see if we can open this up for some more people today. All right. So thanks everybody in the chat. I hope all your names are on the wheel spin, congratulations to everybody that hit the prize. And maybe I'll do another video today. Who knows? I've been thinking about doing a video about goals and money. And the theme of the video will be, just as a teaser, the theme will be, you might not have to be as rich as you think you have to be to do the things that you're waiting to do until you're rich. That's what the theme's gonna be, all right? So I will check out from this live stream and I'll talk to you guys later.